long as not your own. Lonely is the night when there's no one left to call. You feel the time is right. Say the writing's on the wall. Yeah. It's a
This is In the Know for Friday, May 28th, the 148th day of 2021. There are 217 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose, live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app, using the SoundCloud or iTunes podcast, on Facebook Watch, on YouTube Live, on Periscope, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We kick off the big Memorial Day weekend. Stephen Miller stops by about East Main Market tonight, and we will have the water cooler question, your chance to win that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. A little distracted, doing a little bit of dress shopping over here. So
you're dress shopping at the... Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it down. So.
That's right. All right. Just suspend, pause the dress shopping.
Yes.
You going somewhere? You got somewhere to be?
Well, in a few months.
It's no secret that you have misophonia. Now, you've not been clinically diagnosed with misophonia, but we're pretty sure you got it,
Oh,
right?
I'm certain.
Because you don't like hearing people slurping a drink,
Nope.
chewing, deep inhale, clicking, just
clicking.
monotonous noises,
Yes.
correct? It can make some people angry, anxious, or utterly disgusted, including you. The good news is scientists have recently discovered why these commonly innocuous sounds are overwhelming to others. Through analysis of brain scans, that people with misophonia had stronger instances of activity connecting the area of the brain that processes sound and the premotor cortex, which is the area of the brain responsible for movement in the mouth and throat.
Okay.
That's about as clear as mud.
Yeah.
Did you? I think what you got is, see, what we say is you got one of those overactive premotor cortexes. Is that fair enough to
Yeah,
say
that's
that
fair.
I don't know what that means, but nonetheless, there it is. He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award, 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Moscow, Paris, Washington, D.C., and even Livermore, Kentucky.
Thank goodness.
He's Sam Gormley and the Sparks. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Good. Thank goodness we didn't have to go to Livermore last night.
Livermore is a terrible place to visit. You know,
You gotta want to get there.
although it does lower the bar so that Calhoun seems better.
Yeah.
You know, you get to Livermore and you
See,
go,
I've never been to Calhoun.
Yeah, I guess technically you haven't.
'Cause
Because
it's
you've not
right there
been
in
beyond the school.
Yeah, because I've
Yeah.
only been to the school once for a scrimmage football game
Lucky for
that
you.
we weren't sure if they won or lost.
As Bill Lee used to say, you can't get there from here. So
No.
that's why we don't cover games at McLean County, because Bill says you can't get there from here. You got to go
I love it when
somewhere
they
else
have a
and
game
start.
somewhere else so we can choose to do the other game and not have to go there.
Are you staying home for Memorial Day?
Yes.
There are 6 times more Americans expected to travel by plane this year than in 2020. That's about right. Earlier in May, the prediction was more than 37 million people were expected to travel at least 50 miles over the weekend, which is defined. We're in the middle of it already. It started yesterday afternoon through Monday night at midnight, which is a 60% increase from 2020. I did catch some of the news stations in airports over the last 24 hours, just doing their man on the street, talking with people getting to the airport, and how many people were surprised. They hadn't seen that many people in one place in a long time, was the point. Because if you've been in the airport, I've been in the airport a couple of times in the last 15 months, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah. Me too.
See, there's some positives to this.
Hey, this is not
I
so.
agree.
Nice not having everybody on top of you.
This
And
is not so bad, but I think we're getting back to
it's a double-edged sword.
more people than you might actually like to be around. Weather-wise, wow, what a mixed bag. expected for Memorial Day weekend, we just continued to watch tomorrow's high plummet to 10 days ago. We were saying, I guess 9 days ago, we were saying, wow, that's Saturday. Look at that, 75 and no chance of rain. Well, it's backed its way into 57 as the high and a 30% chance of rain for tomorrow. So we're going to see off and on showers throughout the morning today, a few afternoon showers. Then Sunday and Monday looking nice.
Those are great.
The Sunday that we're getting was the Saturday that we were expecting. So it will be here. It's just going to be 24 hours delayed. So we'll see scattered thunderstorms, 60% chance of rain, a high of 78 today. Scattered showers, breezy tonight, and a low of 52. Drizzle and breezy tomorrow, and a high of 57. Tomorrow will not feel like, it won't even feel like Mother's Day weekend. It'll feel like maybe Easter weekend that we occasionally get with highs in the 50s. It's just
Columbus Day kind of thing, on that
it's
back
like,
end of October.
What's happening here? What is going on? I saw a headline this morning that President Biden is going to release a $6 trillion budget. Like, we're getting into some real money. You get to $6 trillion. The GOP is offering a $928 billion plan on infrastructure funded with COVID aid. GOP leaders now trying to take some of the unspent COVID relief money, which they just threw everything in there. The Democratic leadership said it didn't have anything to do with COVID, but we're going to put it in there and earmark it and say it's emergency response. The GOP is saying you've got a whole bunch of money that you're sitting on for these types of projects like bridges, water resources, airports, broadband, rail travel. So you'll see kind of a tug of war on what to do. But I think the $6 billion budget is aside from this emergency spending that they're doing. But the tug of war continues. The Senate was in session until about 3 a.m. this morning, and they're back at it again already. They're trying to get away for the Memorial Day weekend, but there is some ground to travel before they can be set free.
You mentioned bridges, and I know a bridge in northern Kentucky that might be a little bit of a point that people want, the Brent Spence up there.
And what was the one in Tennessee over I-40?
In Memphis?
Crossing the,
yep.
Yeah.
And Brent Spence isn't much better. So
yeah,
they just put a fresh coat of paint on it, and everyone was like, oh, wow.
By the way, I saw, if you are a faithful member of the audience, you'll know that I've been watching Hustle and Tow on ABC, on A&E. And one of the tow crews that they follow is from northern Kentucky.
Really?
And this is it's the crew that responded to the fire on Brent Spence Bridge last fall.
Really?
Yes. And so it was very exciting to see it.
I'm trying to think of the crews up there now that I
from a towing
even know
standpoint.
of.
Yeah, it was really marvelous the way they did it. And seeing it from their perspective on how they were having to clear the scene, but they weren't sure about bridge integrity either.
Well, I loved watching the Transportation Cabinet did a time lapse of them fixing the bridge. And it was really interesting because I have no idea how to fix a bridge. I mean, wouldn't even know where to start. And it was just really interesting seeing how they went through and, fixed it to put a Band-Aid on it, rather.
I have seen my fair share of old Western movies, and I know how to blow one up in case that helps.
I think I could figure that out.
Sure, you just need a plunger and some dynamite. Not
Wile E.
like,
Coyote?
Not like a bathroom plunger. It's a different kind of plunger. 421 new coronavirus cases reported by Governor Beshear's office yesterday. 4 more deaths. So that number, I am very much looking forward to our first day where we can say 0. I don't know when that will be, but we're getting closer. Positivity rate 2.51%. By the way, less than a week after losing a recent Grayson County High School grad in a Parkway fatality, a Litchfield man has died in an accident also in Hardin County. 26-year-old Jake Wisdom of Litchfield was killed yesterday morning about 3:45 in a single vehicle accident on the WK Parkway. The state police said the accident occurred at the 120-mile marker of the westbound Parkway. Police said the preliminary investigation revealed Wisdom was traveling in a Toyota Camry when, for unknown reasons, lost control of the vehicle, entered the median, overturned several times, ejecting him from the vehicle. He was pronounced dead at the scene by the Hardin County Coroner's Office. A Clarkson woman has been injured after swerving off the WK Parkway, flipping her car onto its top. This happened Wednesday night. about nearly 10 o'clock. Single vehicle accident at the 116 westbound mile marker of the westbound parkway. 31-year-old Courtney Prophet was driving a Jeep Cherokee, said she swerved to miss an animal, left the roadway, and entered a ditch. She was helped from the heavily damaged vehicle by a Good Samaritan. Samaritan originally refused treatment, but then was later taken to a hospital by private means and reported some type of head injury. Another Kentucky resident has been arrested for his role in the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. 20-year-old Nicholas Brockhoff of Covington was arrested yesterday afternoon in Memphis, according to the FBI. Brockhoff was seen discharging a fire extinguisher from the lower west terrace onto law enforcement officers standing below. The officers were forced to leave the area because their vision was obstructed. He then entered the Capitol building through a broken window by climbing the scaffolding of the lower west terrace. He was also caught on video wearing a stolen Metropolitan Police Department helmet. Brockhoff has been charged with use of a deadly or dangerous weapon, obstructing law enforcement during civil disorder, and assaulting, resisting, or impeding officers. He is currently in federal custody. So we're over a dozen Kentuckians now arrested in that incident, and about 450 people nationwide have been arrested and federally charged by the FBI.
It's amazing. All of the, like, watching the FBI, how they put together all of these pieces, and I'd love to be a fly on the wall for one day and just watch how they, find all these different pieces of video and break it apart and everything. It's really interesting.
I think it also bears out the fact that the FBI has been able to arrest 450 people, shows they've been productive enough in getting the detail necessary that we don't need a commission. We don't need a 1-6 commission to go through here and grandstand longer. That's the Biden administration's opportunity, and the Pelosi leadership, they just want to draw this out and make conservatives look bad for as long as possible. The FBI is showing we're able to do our job and go in and charge people individually with wrongdoing in this case, which is the way it should be. And I would be interested to see at the end of the day, what the punishments look like for this on these federal charges.
Well, this guy, spraying a fire extinguisher in a police officer's face or something like that.
Right.
That's
plus stealing a helmet. You can't steal a helmet. Come on, get it together. Governor Beshear announced 4 economic development projects yesterday that collectively will create over 500 new jobs in Kentucky with a $273 million investment. The first one is in Williamsburg. It's Firestone Industrial Products. They will create 250 full-time jobs in Williamsburg with a $50 million expansion of their automotive air springs manufacturing plant. Canada-based Kruger Packaging is expected to invest $114 million to establish a state-of-the-art packaging manufacturing operation in Hardin County, which will create at least 150 jobs in the coming years. It's a new 400,000 square foot facility in that T.J. Patterson Industrial Park, by the way. Wheelan, North America, plans to create 75 jobs with a $100 million copper and copper alloy recycling facility in Shelby County. And the fourth announcement, smaller in the number of jobs created, but involves one of our signature industries. The startup bourbon producer Jackson Purchase Distillery will upgrade a long-idled facility and create 30 well-paying jobs as part of their new plan and expansion for an operation in Fulton County.
There we go.
See, so Fulton County, you don't really think of Fulton County as that
bourbon country.
Let's say this. It's a great extension to the Bourbon Trail. Let's put it that way.
Oh, who doesn't want to go to Fulton?
I was going to say, I'm going to defer to him.
I've never been there. Furthest west I've ever been is Graves County. We've been there a couple times.
You mean in Kentucky or the furthest west you've been?
Well, in Kentucky,
okay.
yes.
Right. I was going to say.
I've been to California.
We're going to hook you up with Lewis and Clark. And
I've been to St. Louis,
send you out.
Texas.
I thought surely that couldn't be. I'm happy to go to Fulton if I'm on my way to somewhere else. But the thing is, once you get to Fulton, you're landlocked.
Isn't there the Amtrak station there?
At Fulton? I don't
think
know.
there is.
But I do want to ride an Amtrak across country.
So there you go. You now have a reason to go to Fulton.
Well, plus
Please
if I need some bourbon balls or something like that, apparently they're going to be doing that. 10 more regional driver's license facilities are opening next month. This is part of the migration to move driver's licensing out of circuit court clerk's offices and into transportation cabinet offices, making the transition in June. Hancock and Hart there are 10 of them, but the two that are important to you are potentially Hancock and then Hart County. So those of you that live in and around Munfordville will be able to do the new way of your driver's license. That's Paducah, Madisonville, Bowling Green, Owensboro, E-Town. Basically all of the larger cities in Kentucky already have them. So now they'll be making their move to the smaller counties, the less populous counties. The UK women's softball team will face a familiar foe in Alabama in the NCAA Super Regionals. That will be today through Sunday. One of the top teams in the nation, Alabama, will host the Wildcats in the Tuscaloosa Regional in the best of 3 series that is underway starting today. In addition to UK and Alabama, Arkansas is hosting Arizona. Florida is taking on Georgia in Gainesville. LSU is taking on Florida State in Baton Rouge. And Missouri is playing host to James Madison. So I think, Sam, 8 teams then go to the Softball World Series.
Correct,
Is that right?
in Oklahoma City. And it's interesting because Alabama's star pitcher is from Grayson, Kentucky, Carter County.
From Carter County.
So it's kind of interesting that, she's going against the Cats.
Yes, she did.
How did she not end up in
She chose
Lexington?
not to stay home. 2 of Kentucky's first 3 UK football games are set for a noon kickoff. The schedule is out now. University of Louisiana Monroe.
Yes.
Is that right?
Game
Will be
1.
the opener on September 4th, so that's Labor Day weekend. September 11th, Missouri, so an early SEC game for the Cats. Chattanooga on the 18th, and then at Carolina. Home to host Florida, LSU, at Georgia, at Mississippi State. Hosting Tennessee, at Vandy, hosting New Mexico State, and then on the road to the stadium formerly known as Papa John's. I don't know what the name is. So just Cardinal Stadium now?
I think it is just Cardinal Stadium.
They tore down the old Cardinal Stadium, so now they can call this place Cardinal Stadium.
New Cardinal Stadium, right?
Yeah. I guess that's right.
I'm going to take your all's word for it.
You're not
No
our
clue.
expert when it comes to college football stadium names.
And this
No.
made me laugh. There are a lot of drive-through clinics, drive-through vaccination clinics around the country. But in East Tennessee, a woman was arrested outside the Foothills Mall because she was speeding and driving through, threatening to injure National Guard personnel and healthcare workers who were providing vaccinations. She was driving recklessly and shouting, "No vaccine! No vaccine!"
Goodness.
They do it differently in Eastern Tennessee.
I feel like she should have to get the vaccine now as her punishment.
That would be funny if she did, absolutely. We got to get to a break. Stephen Miller is native of Grayson County, of course. He is the lead singer of Papa Bear and the Love Den, performing at the East Main Market tonight. We will talk to Stephen, and maybe we can talk him into a little performance while he's here as well. So hang around here on In the Know.
Successful small business owners know that having an ally in decoding the data of your business performance is vital. A trusted source that can interpret financial reports, advise on tax code, and assess overall performance can be the difference between sleepless nights and peace of mind. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart is your ally in making sure your business is performing at an optimum level. Call or contact today to find out how Buckles, Travis & Hart can help fine-tune your business to create peak performance. 270-259-5604. GraysonCPAs.com.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The summer season means the best of the best produce from the finest producers is available at Grayson County Farmers Market, Wednesdays and Saturdays from 7 to sellout, in their new location on Quarry Road in Litchfield. This great new location is convenient and easy to find from US 62. In addition to produce, you'll find lots of Kentucky Proud items. Senior and WIC vouchers are accepted at the Grayson County Farmers Market, Wednesdays and Saturdays from 7 to sellout, in their new location on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
So, next week we have baseball practices, a sleepover, tennis camp, and a pool party. And why are you moaning?
Because our kids' summer schedules make my head hurt.
It would be easier if we could all stay connected.
You're right. We should all just stay home.
No, we should go to Bluegrass Cellular. Right now, iPhone SE is $0 per month. We can get our family the right device and peace of mind. Plus, it has portrait mode and a long battery life.
Seriously?
Yup. It's perfect for capturing memories, summer gets easier to manage, and Bluegrass Cellular has helpful support in-store and online. Tools and tips that can help our family stay connected, our way.
I feel better already.
Glad I could help. Now, for a limited time, hurry into Bluegrass Cellular and get an iPhone SE for $0 a month when you activate a new line. Restrictions apply. Buy online now at bluegrasscellular.com or your closest store. Bluegrass Cellular, your community expanded.
Have you ever wondered what human trafficking is? Have you ever wanted to learn more about protecting your children from abuse or the dangers on the internet? Would you like your staff trained on how to spot and report signs of abuse? We provide free trainings to our communities on a variety of topics. Did we say free? Yes. If you or your organization would like to have a free training, please reach out 270-234-9236 on the web at silverleafky.org or call 211 and ask for Silverleaf.
Instacart is speeding up its grocery delivery with a priority delivery option, aiming for those that would have otherwise quickly run to the store for their smaller orders or more urgent needs. To start with, the service will operate in larger cities and will offer deliveries in as fast as 30 minutes. Instacart is also expanding other speedier delivery services, including 45-minute and their 60-minute options. TechCrunch says there's not an item limit nor minimum. However, shorter requests like milk, bags of chips, and some wine, for instance, will be fulfilled faster than orders where the customer is requesting specialty deli items or has a larger basket size. No word yet on what the faster delivery will cost you. Bloomberg says Nintendo's long-rumored Switch upgrade will be unveiled in the coming weeks and come out in September or October. The gaming device will likely cost more than the $300 2017 model. A new survey says half of Europeans would replace their politicians with an algorithm. Tech Report, Larry Olson, NBC.
You mess with her, you'll see a man get mad. She's my sweet little thing.
Today is Brisket Day. It is also Hamburger Day today. I think there'll be some hamburgers on the horizon today. Also this weekend, Sunday, it's Hole in My Bucket Day. Yes, because of the song Hole in My Bucket, Dear Liza, Dear Liza. We say good morning to Stephen Miller. Stephen, do you know that song?
I don't. They don't request that one on Broadway much.
Doesn't come up too much.
No.
There's a hole in my bucket, Dear Liza, Dear Liza. You probably have to watch children's programming if you wanted to learn that song. But I'm surprised having a mother as an educator that she didn't teach that to you at some point in time.
Yeah. It's speaking of my mother, and you said it's Brisket Day.
Mm-hmm.
Just so happens, the only way I talked my band into coming down for this weekend was I said, my mom will smoke a brisket for you guys today. So she's got a brisket on the smoker.
Oh,
there'll be brisket.
There will be
That's
brisket.
my favorite.
For the band only. So don't show up at our house wanting brisket because there's just enough for the guys.
And you are considered part of the band.
I think so.
Yeah.
They haven't kicked me out yet.
That's good. By the way, welcome home.
Thank you.
Good to see you. The question came to me this morning. Do you remember the first time you picked up a guitar?
Yeah, I do. Well, there's kind of two instances. I picked it up when I was about 13, and I was taking lessons, and the guy that was giving me lessons, his name escapes me right now, he quit giving them, so I just quit too, because I was more into sports. But the second time, I was 19, so that was about 15 years ago, we went to Hilton Head, South Carolina, and hung out for a family vacation, and ran into this guy named Todd Cowart, and he had one of those looper pedals where he played by himself, but he could build a song with this looper pedal, and he knew everything from Britney Spears to Zeppelin to whatever you wanted to hear. And I just thought that was so amazing. And being 19 years old, and I didn't get a basketball scholarship, so that was gone out the door. I just thought that was so cool. So I came home from that vacation, told Dad, I said, I'm going to learn to play guitar. I want to be like this guy. And that's what I did. I picked up Dad's guitar when I got home, and funny thing is, I actually found him on Instagram a few months ago and reached out to him and kind of told him that story, and told him, I said, next time you're in Nashville, man, hit me up. I want to go get some coffee and talk to you about life and things like that. So.
I'm sure it meant a lot to him to hear that too, because he's not a household name.
No.
But the fact that as an artist, he's helping pave the way and encourage other artists, that's kind of the name of the game.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I ask you is because I even remember during your athletic career, I remember knowing about you that you had an interest in music and performing that a lot of your peers didn't have. And the reason that I say that is you're still obviously a young man, but your generation and your peers were much more likely to be either or. Mm-hmm. You were kind of either an athlete and a jock, or you were a musician, or you were more intellectual, or you were, and I distinctly remember about you of noting that you were someone who had interest in both. And so even someone like me was able to see that you were a little bit different and had a fascination and a passion for it that maybe other people didn't have.
Yeah, that's cool that you recognize that. I guess Dad had a lot to do with that because, he was always into music growing up. It was on 95.7 QMF, and song would come on. He'd be like, "Who's this?" That's Styx. Well, who's the drummer? I don't know, Dad. I don't know the drummer for Styx. Who's the lead singer? He was just trying to stump me any way he could, and most of the time, he's going to stump just about anybody in the country with classic rock knowledge. So,
do you draw him now though into other genres and stump him?
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure. I assumed that you did. How long you been in Nashville, living there?
It'll be 8 years next month in just a few weeks.
What's it? 8 years down the road. How has it been? Let me ask it this way first. Has it been all it's cracked up to be?
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah. I mean, for somebody like me, there was never, you never had the thought, well, I could do music full time. Like you just don't know that opportunity's out there really. So moving to Nashville, it just kind of, if you want to do it bad enough and you want to play music all the time, there's opportunities, there's avenues for that, and it's just exciting every step of the way. For the most part, there's days when it's not, of course, with anything. But
sure.
Yeah, it's been crazy just to be able to do it full time and make a living.
If you watch the industry, or you watch, it's pretty common to see the success stories, if you will, when somebody gets over, to use a wrestling term, but when they hit these certain peaks of the industry, they have hit records or they have, successful tours or whatever. It's easy to see those things. What many people don't understand, though, is the sacrifice and the sweat that goes into doing what you're doing, but you're acutely aware of how hard it is to make a living doing it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you sacrifice a lot, and it just takes a lot of mental stability to be in the music business because there's so many highs and so many lows. You'll play to nobody, and then, a couple of weeks later, you'll play to, 10,000 people. And the difference in that is just, it's crazy to think about. And until you've been on a stage in front of crowds like that, you just don't know the high of that. Like it's better than any high in this life.
You clearly set out when you set your sights south on I-65 and said, I'm doing this. And what, you were working down on West Main Street, right? Before you
working at Bell Cheese, yeah.
I thought you were. And so you said, I'm doing this. This is what I'm going to do. And what has been, you clearly had some notion or some idea in your mind what it was going to be like. 8 years down the road, what's the biggest surprise to you that you hadn't considered when you pointed your nose at Nashville?
That's a good question. I think the biggest thing is just like the community of musicians in Nashville. It's so like a family atmosphere. Of course, it's competitive, but at the same time, man, people are just trying to help each other out, you know. And if it weren't for relationships I built, like I wouldn't have any gigs. Like your first gigs you get is somebody calling you last minute saying, "Hey, can you do this gig? Like I need help," and you're like, "Yeah," you just go and do it.
Right.
So that was, you know, we're used to a dog eat dog world, and down there in Nashville, you just build like a family system, and you're just trying to help each other out.
8 years in, you also have had an opportunity to prove yourself to your colleagues around you and to that community that you're talking about. You have a reputation. You are a known thing. You know, you've been visible on Broadway and playing. So they know, the community you're talking about knows if Stephen Miller can be counted on or not. And so you've got enough credibility that you're probably certainly able to use that to your advantage.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing that I'll tell any new musician that comes to town and kind of picks my brain about how to do this thing. And I just say, be dependable, show up early, and the thing in Nashville is, we call it, be a good hang. So be easy to be around. You know, if you're a diva and you don't have time for anything, like your time is more important than anybody else's, then people aren't going to want to be in a van with you for a 10-hour drive. And and you know, so you've got to be easy to get along with. You know, even if you're the guy in the back that never says anything like that, I'd rather be in a van with somebody like that than somebody that acts like Axl Rose. You know what I mean?
Don't be a bad coworker, is
Yeah.
what you're saying, right? Do you have a current goal? Do you have you've been down there 8 years and you seem to be happy and you seem to be working. You don't look starved. So you're getting fed somewhere. So I would ask you, do you have a current thing on your horizon that says, I'm working toward this?
Yeah. So, interestingly enough, I'm going to be going in the studio, excuse me, this year and recording some music and putting it out. So, I haven't done that yet. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to be working with a guy named Jimmy Mattingly. I don't know if you guys have
He's
heard
a
of
kind
him.
of an up-and-coming violin player. Is that right?
Yeah. So me and Jimmy are going to go in the studio and lay down some of my songs and release them this year. So that's exciting, man.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait to see the byproducts of that project. That's going to be fun. I think you're willing to perform for us while we have you here before we run out of time. I do want to ask though, what are the origins of Papa Bear and the Love Den? How'd that come about?
So really, it was I'd met my drummer when I first moved to town. There's this thing called Nashville Gig Finder. It's a group on Facebook, but you can say, "Hey, look for guys to play with," or "I need a bass player for this gig," or whatever. So we responded to a post that had, they were like, "Let's do a '90s rock band." So we both responded to that same post, and we started playing together, and we wanted to put our own band together, and we thought, what can we call it? And for some reason, he just always called me Papa Bear. We had another friend that we called Huggy Bear, so we were like, bears were becoming a theme. And he's so thoughtful about stuff like that, and has a good imagination. He just came up with Papa Bear and the Love Den, and it just sounded perfect. And people love the name. So, and I'm actually a Papa Bear these days now, officially, with a little one of my own. So, it just fits all the way around.
Mm-hmm. There's something about you that just seems like a Papa Bear.
He just said I was so big and cuddly and sweet, and it just fit. I don't know.
So how have you been? I tell you, by the way, can you hang over another segment?
Yeah,
can you do
why
that?
not?
All right, let's do that. What has Papa Bear and the Love Den spent the last year doing? When Nashville's been different than Tennessee, and Tennessee's been different than Kentucky, during the thick of things, when the lights were dim on Broadway for that whatever period of time that was, how did you all manage?
we all kind of did our own thing. We collabed on a few things. There was a video we did for kind of a March Madness parody thing that we got together and did for One Shining Moment. Because it was all, the tournament was canceled, and I thought, like, let's record something. Let's do One Shining Moment. Like, this song's amazing. It's kind of cheesy, which makes it really a great song. And most of the guys had never heard it. They're like, "What song is this?" And I'm like,
"How do you not
really?
know this?" Yeah.
But they don't come from basketball states like we do. So
clearly,
go Cards, by the way. But we did that, and we did a few streams and stuff. Like, I did a whole John Mayer show and on a stream, and we just kind of did our thing. My bass player, he started flipping houses, and we just kind of took a break, which was good.
When was do you remember your first gig back? What month was that?
Well, I started playing some gigs late last year. They were opening things kind of half capacity in Nashville, and just doing like acoustic stuff. But the full band stuff has just started within the last month. So, it was great to get back in front of people because, people have been wanting live music. Like, it's one of those things you don't know how much you miss it till it's gone type thing. And live streams are great, but it's just not the same. You don't get that same energy.
Yeah. And nationally now there's a tour, there's a traffic jam of tours. Everybody's trying to get out. Buildings are full. There's revenge touring that's going on. It's going to be an interesting next year and a half. So I'm glad you'll hang around with us for another segment. You're going to perform when we come back. I understand one of your producers handed you a note with a specific request.
Yep.
So we'll look forward to that. Maybe a little Chris Stapleton when we come back. Stephen Miller, lead singer of Papa Bear and the Love Den. We'll also tell you where you can hear Stephen and the guys. We'll tell you all about that coming up here on In the Know.
Never been on welfare, and that's one place I won't be. I'll be working.
Beach Bend Park.
Fun for the whole family.
Summer fun is back at Beach Bend Park and Splash Lagoon. Enjoy 2 parks in 1 with thrills for all ages. There's classic amusement rides like the awesome Kentucky Rumbler roller coaster with amazing twists and drops, daily shows, mini golf, and so much more. Or experience the park at dark during Friday Night Lights. Take the plunge in our 1 million-gallon Splash Lagoon water park with wave pool, lazy river, and exhilarating water slides. Enjoy your own private cabana rental. Purchase tickets online and save on one-day admissions, or have twice the fun with a 2-day play pass for only $39.99. At Beach Bend, the parking, tubes, and sunscreen are always free. For park hours or to purchase tickets and season passes, visit beachbend.com.
Beach Bend Park. Fun for the whole family. Beach Bend Park.
If you are 55 or older, unemployed, have a low income, and want to get back into the workforce, Goodwill can help. Get paid to build work experience through on-the-job training. That's right, you'll earn money while learning new skills through the Senior Community Service Employment Program. Then take the skills you learn to advance to regular employment. There are multiple openings in Barron, Edmondson, Grayson, Hancock, Hardin, Hart, LaRue, Muhlenberg, Ohio, and Warren counties. Call the Goodwill Career Coach, Doug Wells, at 270-823-0059 to see if this program is a good fit for you.
The Drive-In Laser Light Show, produced by Cabin Fever, is coming to the Soki Fairgrounds in Bowling Green, June 3rd through 6th. Set to some of your favorite music, experience cutting-edge effects and high-powered lasers on dual-screen projection. Load the family in the car and enjoy this unique experience at the Soki Fairgrounds in Bowling Green, June 3rd through 6th. To purchase tickets or for the complete Drive-In Laser Light Show schedule, go to cabinfeverlasershow.com.
Wendy's Frosty Chino is cold brew with frosty creamer. What does that mean? It means we took rich, smooth cold brew and then added your choice of vanilla or chocolate frosty creamer. Can you say good morning? Or better yet, Wendy's Frosty Chino? It's cold brew with frosty creamer, it's only at Wendy's, and it's delicious. So ditch the stuffy coffee shop and say hasta la vista, barista. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Frosty Chino and start your morning right.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Life hacks. What would life be without them? Like using candle wax to loosen a stuck zipper. Here's another life hack. Now you can get the same high-quality insurance from Allstate, but at a new low rate. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Not available in every state. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm a police officer. My 8-year-old always asks me, "Dad, did you help people today?" And most days, I do help people. But too often, I can't help people who make poor decisions, like texting and driving, or not bothering to wear a seatbelt. Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms will remain in the forecast for this afternoon. A cold front sweeps through the region overnight. However, we're still going to keep some of these clouds and some light showers in the forecast, at least into the first half of your Saturday. From the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrews.
Woo! All summer. This is the 105 Days of Summer. It's going to be the hottest summer yet. Woo! Brought to you by Midway Pharmacy. Summer! On the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Did you know Stephen Miller is with Papa Bear in the Love Den, and he is our guest on the show today. Stephen, did you know the standard way for Russians to answer the telephone is, "I'm listening, I'm listening." They don't say hello. They say, "I'm listening." That seems very Russian to me.
Yeah, that seems like something they would portray Russian to do in a movie, but that's not really how they do it.
Well, it's like that they never say goodbye in movies.
That's right.
They just hang up.
They just hang up. I'm more of a fan. Alexander Graham Bell actually wanted people to say ahoy when they answered the phone.
Which I'd prefer.
I would think that would be awesome. I've given it some thought to deciding whether I want to do that. I would think, Stephen, with you being the type of trendsetter that you are, if you'll start doing that, then soon everybody will be doing that.
We'll see. I claim that I am a trendsetter, and my wife, she kind of rolls her eyes when I say things like that.
But she's not here, so there's no eye rolling.
That's right.
That can be done. I understand. I kind of teased it going into the break. You got a note from one of your producers, literally, about a particular song that we're looking forward to possibly hearing. What are you going to do for us? And then we'll talk about where you can hear more tonight.
So I had a request for some Chris Stapleton this morning, and hoping that my voice holds out for that. And
the Brisket Babe.
Yeah.
The Brisket Babe is asking for some Chris Stapleton.
So if you know it, sing along at home.
Yeah, at home, not in the studio. It's just for Stephen. Here's what's starting over from Stephen Miller of Papa Bear in the Love Den.
The road rolls out like a welcome back to a better place than the one we're at. And I ain't got no kind of plan, but I've had all this town I can stand. Well, I got friends out on the coast. We can jump in the water and see what flows. We've been saving for a rainy day. Let's beat the storm and be on our way. And it don't matter to me, wherever we are's where I wanna be. And honey, for once in our lives, let's take our chances and roll the dice. I can be your lucky penny, and you can be my four-leaf clover, starting over. This might not be an easy time. There's rivers to cross and hills to climb.
Some days we might fall apart, and some nights be cold and dark, and nobody wins afraid of losing, and the hard roads are the ones we're choosing. Someday we'll look back and smile, and know it was worth every mile. And it don't matter to me, wherever we are's where I wanna be. And honey, for once in our lives, let's take our chances and roll the dice. I can be your lucky penny, you can be my four-leaf clover. Starting over, starting over. And it don't matter to me, wherever we are's where I wanna be. And honey, for once in our lives, let's take our chances and roll the dice. I can be your lucky penny, you can be my four-leaf clover. Starting over, starting over.
Yeah. So good.
Well done.
Thank you. I just got caught watching my own show. Like, that's a rule. You don't do, in our business, don't get caught watching your own show. I was just sitting here watching stuff, and I was like, this is awesome. Thank you. Wonderful. Very, very good. We can hear that and a whole lot more this evening as at East Main Market, as you all are headlining tonight's event. What are you looking forward to tonight about kind of coming home and playing?
Man, this has been the first time that I've brought my band to Litchfield to play, my hometown. And I can't believe it's taken this long, but it's exciting, you know, because I've had a lot of people from here visit Nashville, and they message me like, where are you playing? So they've seen me play in Nashville, but there's a lot of people that can't make it to Nashville to see me play, so I get to bring our show to them.
Is there one place in Nashville that you frequent more than another for general knowledge? If you're looking for you, is there a more likely place to find you?
Yeah, Jason Aldean's. I'm there a lot playing on the weekends, so that's a good place to start.
There will be axe throwing tonight. Then you'll be throwing the axe on stage. No,
Yeah.
you take care of your guitar. You don't throw it, do you?
I don't have one that I can smash right now.
And then Cameron Harris, I think, is setting you all up tonight.
Yeah.
And
Looking
then
forward to that.
you all be on around 7 or so, and a couple of sets. Any teasers? You gonna do some originals? You gonna do covers? What are you thinking about doing?
There's going to be some original music, yeah, but mostly covers, mostly stuff that you guys love and know, and hopefully you're singing along with us.
When you were 19 years old, and you were 18 years old, 17 years old, there weren't events like this in Litchfield. So
No.
how happy does it make you to see the seeds of this being planted to create a scene in your hometown?
It's awesome because I know there's tons of guys like Cameron that are in our county that there's so many talented musicians here. Like you can count them all day long. So it's good for them to have an outlet for this kind of thing because going to Nashville and playing is great, but when you can do it in your hometown is there's nothing like that.
Have you been recruited already to come home for the Twin Lakes National Fiddlers Championship? Do you know that yet?
I don't know. Well, I'll have to check with my secretary.
Your scheduler?
Yeah.
I got it.
Which is me, but I don't have my calendar.
Don't stay gone very long is what we're saying, okay?
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see you perform tonight at East Main Market. We got all the details available on the website and got commercials running and all that. Stephen, good to see you as always.
Thanks for
coming
having
by. Stephen Miller, Papa and the Bear and the Love Den performing at East Main Market tonight starting around 7 o'clock or so. So sit tight. We'll come back, wrap it up for the week here on In the Know.
The best strategy for success isn't always to dig in your heels and stay the course. Sometimes it's wise to be flexible and be willing to change when there's a better way. I once heard a woman explain how surprised she was to learn the secret behind a recipe she'd been cooking for years. She always cooked her pot roast the same way her mother did. After preheating the oven and precisely measuring the spices, the woman cut off each end of the roast, then put it all in her roasting pan. One day, the woman's daughter asked, "Mom, why do you cut off the ends of the roast?" The woman had no answer. She shrugged and said, "Because that's how my mom always did it." When the woman later called her mother and asked about it, her mother said, "I had to cut off the ends of the roast because my pan was too small." Sometimes we do things a certain way, not because it's the best strategy, but because it's how we were taught, or because it's the way we've always done it. Repeating things over and over in your career, in your marriage, or in your parenting can be wise, if you know why you're doing it and if what you're doing actually works. But repeating the same behavior again and again with no thought or purpose isn't an effective strategy for living a happy, fulfilled life. Learning to adapt and grow is key to success. The wisest people stay committed to their goals while remaining flexible in their approach. For more to help you thrive, visit FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
Get ready for the East Main Market. This and every fourth Friday evening in Litchfield. Enjoy food, crafts, vendors, a car show, and live music. Admission is free, so come enjoy food starting at 5 o'clock. Then from 7 to 10, enjoy the sounds of Papa Bear and the Love Den. Featuring Litchfield's own Stephen Miller. East Main Market this Friday evening. For more information, email eastmainmkt@gmail.com.
I'm an emergency medical technician. Today I arrived at the scene of a crash. I've seen enough of these to know it's a bad one. Young female driver, unconscious. I see her phone on the floor. The screen says OMW. On my way. She never hit send. Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Rural King's Pet Food Prices has pet lovers going wow. Rural King offers the lowest prices on pet foods every day, like Diamond Naturals dog food. Made with ingredients of exceptional quality, Diamond Naturals dog foods provide complete holistic nutrition for that four-legged family member. Get a 40-pound bag of Diamond Naturals lamb or chicken and rice for just $28.69. Nobody beats that price. This is available in stores only at your neighborhood Rural King, America's farm and home store.
Wishing I was knee deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze and it don't seem fair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a
MB's point to ponder for today. What item must be at the Memorial Day cookout?
Oh.
What do you think most people say has to be on the menu? Let's do it by main dish first. What's the
hamburger slash hot dogs?
So
Yeah,
in that,
I'm the same with that.
Either or.
Sam, those are two different things.
They're
a hamburger
a cookout
is different than a
cookout,
hot dog.
It's like peanut butter and jelly. Hamburgers and hot dogs. They just
Okay,
go together.
well, you take hamburger and I'll take hot dog.
They are not mutually inclusive of one another. You can have hamburgers without hot dogs. Of course, I should take my own advice because usually if I make one, I make the other, don't I?
Yes, you do.
And I make
what
fancy.
What cookout have you been to that only
spiral
makes
dogs.
one of them? Exactly. It just
I'm
goes
trying
together.
to think when I've done it. I have done it, to be clear. I definitely have done it. Hamburger or cheeseburger? 61% of people say hamburger or cheeseburger must be the top main dish. Hot dog at number 2, 46% of people. Then brats, pork chops, chicken wings, turkey burger. Just don't even bother. Brisket at 25. I'll be a Becky Miller
I was
player.
gonna say,
Getting
that's my
brisket.
favorite favorite cut of meat
That's
right
where
there.
I'm going. The sides, top sides.
Potato salad.
Potato salad is number 1. Coleslaw
Right.
2. Corn on the cob at 3.
Coleslaw you can just throw out.
Mac and cheese,
I
baked
love
beans,
coleslaw.
watermelon, cornbread, etc., etc. So, big weekend going on here between the lakes. So don't forget the Memorial Day parade, more like a processional tomorrow morning. I know they were earlier still looking for people that were capable of carrying placards for a very somber event tomorrow. You can find out more information from all the folks at the Center on Main of how you can help if you want to get up and do that in the morning. Not going to be a great day weather-wise, so they would appreciate your help as well. And really looking forward to the kickoff of the 2021 season with the East Main Market. You know, a lot going on. We've had, music and events around the lakes, but having something in the city of Litchfield, kind of just creating more things for more people to do. And I like it. Looking forward to it. And as you just heard from last segment, some great entertainment available to you tonight. And K105 Digital Productions will be doing, some live shots from there?
That's what I understand.
So looking forward to it. And capturing some of what's going on television. Not a lot to report. I will, at some point in time, do my ceremonial viewing of Saving Private Ryan. It is a Memorial Day tradition for me. In addition to trying to work in the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 at some point, I will watch.
That's right. The Indy 500 is this weekend.
Saving Private Ryan. I still can't get used to the Indy 500 being on NBC. It just doesn't look right.
On ABC?
It's on
It needs
NBC.
to be on ABC.
That's right. It historically has.
I don't know
always
that I
been,
knew
so
that it was on
just
NBC.
Very, very difficult. And what else is going on this weekend that you need to know about for sure? The later in the weekend, the better the weather.
Yes.
It's just the easiest way to describe it for you. Today's highlight in history, this date in 1977, 165 people were killed when fire raced through the Beverly Hills Supper Club in Southgate, Kentucky.
Right up my neck of the woods.
In 1912, the Senate Commerce Committee issued its report on the Titanic disaster that cited a state of absolute unpreparedness. It was unsinkable, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Birthdays today. Hall of Famer Jerry West is 83. Basketball Hall of Famer Jerry West. And the infamous silhouette of the NBA logo.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry West is 83. Rudy Giuliani is 77. Gladys Knight is 77. Billy Vera is 77. John Fogerty is 76.
Ooh.
You thought I was going with 77
Say,
again.
it's a popular day there.
Phil Vassar is 57 today. Marco Rubio is 50 today. The only U.S. senator that I have ever sat back-to-back with.
Can't say I've done it with any of them.
On a train, even.
That's right. I forgot you've told that story.
That's
This
right.
is recent, isn't it?
It's
In the past
been
couple years?
4 years ago,
Oh,
probably.
okay. I thought it
Three,
was-
4 years. Kobe might have been 2 years ago. I don't know. The last 15 months has been 48 months, but then it's also
Touche.
been 3 months.
Touche.
So Colby Calais is 36 today.
Is that the NCIS? Is that her?
Colby Calais is a musician. She
No.
sings
Bubbly.
Bubbly.
Oh, okay.
Bubbly, bubbly.
Yep.
Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond, was born this date in 1908. He passed back in 1964. Chart toppers. We're really sort of out of time. I didn't mind that we ran long.
No,
Because
I
I was enjoying the.
I don't think our chart toppers can top what we got here in person.
Are you sure? That's an awfully bold statement, Sam.
Oh,
That is pretty bold.
I mean, 1956. You're not taking into account Don Robertson's great #1 hit from 1956 called The Happy Whistler.
Oh, dear.
Are you not familiar with this?
Yep, I'll take Stephen Miller.
You taking Stephen does Chris Stapleton?
Yes, easily.
Okay. Gonna put you to the test then.
Should I be worried?
What about Papa Bear in the Love Den doing The Happy Whistler?
Now that I would be interested in seeing. I don't know if he can. I mean, that's impressive that you can whistle that much. It's like the Andy Griffith theme.
I used to whistle.
And then he met me.
And my whistler got clipped.
I hate whistling.
When was the last time you heard me whistle? Do you know?
I'm glad that I don't remember.
Yeah.
Do you have the dad whistle down where you can get it and they can hear you a mile away?
No. Here's when I know I can whistle. Is when she walks through and I go.
That's the only time.
I get a pass on that one. That's the only time. Sam Cham and the Pharaohs and Wooly Bully, song near and dear to my heart. I wish I had time to tell the story.
Me too.
It's a good one.
It really
It
is.
is such a good story.
Is it last show?
My
story,
career.
or-
Oh no, I've told
Okay,
it before.
have
But my career nearly ended that day. It was just
It may be worth running a little bit more over.
no.
All right, we'll save it.
1983. Irene Cara, Flashdance. What a feeling.
All alone, I have cried.
Go get your leg warmers out of the bureau.
Well, we might need them tomorrow, right?
Yes, maybe. In 83, we were still calling furniture bureau.
Made of steel, made of stone.
In 1992, I was shocked to learn, I even shared with Stefan because he was wearing his Red Hot Chili Peppers t-shirt, that the Red Hot Chili Peppers were #1 with Under the Bridge in 1992.
See, that's a good song.
Okay, so think of it. 1992, Under the Bridge. But also #1 this date in 1992 was Sawyer Brown, Some Girls Do. You would have never convinced me that Chili Peppers and Sawyer Brown had #1s on the same day.
I'll take the Chili Peppers.
Yeah, me too.
Some Girls Do. I have introduced Sawyer Brown in concert before. So, we're friends. Mark Miller's the lead singer. My name is Mark, in case y'all hadn't noticed. So.
This is another story I don't
I know all kinds of famous people. I know Sawyer Brown and Stephen Miller.
I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than that, does it?
It's a true story. You said it. Preach it. You got it. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. By the way, I hope you'll show out tonight and see Papa Bear in the Love Den. It's going to be a nice night, and I'll kind of be dodging some rain showers and just pay attention to the latest to know what's going on. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Happiness is where we find it, but rarely where we seek it. Happiness is where we find it, but rarely where we seek it. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Look forward to seeing you back here on Tuesday for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powered by Heritage Media of Kentucky, WKHG Litchfield, Kentucky, USA. 104.9 FM, the Twin Lakes best